where is Sam?
Yeah, where is Sam?
He's been in here and he's checked his sound. He's good.
Oh, good.
Hi, all. Shabbat
There's
shalom.
Debbie and Rich.
Hi, Sandy.
Hi, somebody just said they're from Rochester. Who was it?
Debbie and Rich.
That's
No,
us.
someone else.
I went to University of Rochester and I went to Brighton High School.
Oh,
Right.
no kidding. We lived in Brighton. Our kids went to Brighton High School.
Yep. That was
Yeah.
just a few years ago.
We just moved here 2 years ago.
What part are you in?
Katy.
Katie.
They live in
Hi,
Katy.
Rabbi.
We live in Katy, just
Hello.
west of town.
Neil.
Sandy, how is John doing? Sandy?
Hi, Mark.
Hi, how are
Jody's
you?
on here somewhere.
Hey.
She
Jody
just
was
got
on
off.
here.
She just got
Right.
off for a minute.
She got off.
Yeah, well, her photo's off.
Oh, there's Sam.
There's Sam. There's Neil.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Hey, Sam.
Hi.
There he is.
Good job.
There's the Weisses, California.
Hi.
Hi. Shabbat
Shabbat
shalom.
shalom, Sam, nice to see you again.
Nice. Nice to see everybody too.
Uh-huh. We're the Chicago contingent.
Now, there's a little bit of a Rochester contingent too.
Right.
Yeah. Did
Well,
you
we're
all,
the San Francisco contingent.
did you belong to Brith Kodesh in Rochester?
No, we belong to Temple Beth David up in Irondequoit.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
We got the country covered.
Yeah.
I'm kind of feeling like.
At our Julie,
Because I'm a Houston native.
John? No, not John.
Anybody on the East Coast?
Julie.
I'm in Cleveland.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, how's it going there?
Going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I saw
They working you hard?
It is
Oh, yeah.
picking up the speaker. I think I solved the problem because I can hear.
Rabbi Scott, make me co-host so I can let people in.
Okay, yeah.
There's David. Dr. Axelrod is here.
Hello.
Hi, David. Shabbat shalom.
You haven't.
Done. All right.
Okay. Thanks.
We might need to tell you what to do later next time, Holly. The default is not correct, so you have to get the regular information or save use the template.
My friends this afternoon didn't mention
Hi, David.
Hi, Patty.
How are you? You remember me?
I'm fine. And how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I live right down the block from Rabbi's sister-in-law in Sun City.
There's Mark and Marilyn. Say hi. See Mark.
Okay.
Hi, Mark. Mike.
Got that thing out the door.
Yeah, there's Mike.
Below
Even that thing.
That thing.
You should bring that over to Julie.
my computer, not the thing. The computer.
Started,
Okay.
No, I think it's good.
See Mark.
Carolyn, did you tell David who's up there? Patty?
Patty Levinson Mall.
Oh,
There's David Axelrod.
Linda?
Just move your butt over.
These are my past.
Especially the European black salt. Very.
You're so impossible.
Oh,
Like
Sheila
that.
and Peter.
What did you do?
Peter Shabbat.
Hi, Marilyn and Mark.
Hi, y'all. How you doing?
Hi. Good to see you.
Shabbat
Shabbat shalom.
Sheila.
Mhm. Yeah, well,
Got her muted.
where's Ethan?
We got signers here.
Yes, you do. You
Hi,
really
everyone.
do.
Shabbat shalom, Rabbi. Nice to see you.
You too.
Hello, Housemans.
Okay, I'm going to mute everybody so we can
Hey,
get started.
Sheila, Peter.
Hello.
Hi.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
It is wonderful to see everybody on Zoom, anyway. And we are just getting started. Welcoming everybody in. I am really happy to be joined through the miracle of modern day technology by Sam Seiner. Sam, are you ready?
Oh, am I ever ready?
You're ready. Excellent. Well, I am going to bring up the service, but you can go ahead. We'll start with Hine Matov.
All right, it's great to be back with CSK. Again, for those of you who may not know me, I was a regular cantorial soloist service leader with CSK from just about the very beginning. So I lived in Austin for 4 years and came to Houston a lot. So I'm really glad to be back. As always with Zoom singing, we can't sing in a way where we can hear each other, which is a little odd, but that doesn't mean that we can't still build community through song. So as I'm singing, please sing too, and we'll know that we're singing together. So we're gonna start with Hine Matov. There we go. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד הנה מה טוב ומה נעים איי 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 שבת אחים גם יחד שבת אחים מויחים גם יחד הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד הנה מה טוב ומה נעים איי 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 שבת אחים גם יחד שבת אחים מויחים גם יחד איי 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 שבת אחים גם יחד שבת אחים מויחים גם יחד. So now we're going to sing together L'chu Neranana. L'chu Neranana Yai lai 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 L'Adonai Yai lai 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 Nariya Yai lai 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 L'Tzur Yishenu Yai lai 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 For all the wonders and all of God's might we rejoice. So let us now listen with all of our hearts to hear God's voice. L'chu Neranana Yai lai 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 L'Adonai Yai lai 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 Nariya Yai lai 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 L'Tzur Yishenu Yai lai 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 For all of the wonders and all of God's might we rejoice. So now let us listen with all of our hearts to hear God's voice. L'chu Neranana Yai lai 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 L'Adonai Yai lai 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 Nariya lai 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 ai L'tzur yishenu Yai lai 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 lai
Shabbat Shalom and welcome. I welcome you with open arms and open heart, and I have to tell you, nonetheless, my heart is feeling quite broken this week. I know it's not news that there is racism in the world, but it has come full circle and very much home to Houston, especially this week. We cannot merely pray to you. We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end war, for we know that you have made the world in a way that human beings must find our own paths to peace within ourselves and within our neighbor. We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end starvation, for you have already given us the resources with which to feed the entire world, if we would only use them wisely. We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to root out prejudice, for you have already given us eyes with which to see the good in all people, if we would only use them rightly, if we would use them only rightly. We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end despair, for you have already given us the power to clear away slums and to give hope, if we would only use our power justly. We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end disease, for you have already given us great minds with which to search out cures and healing, if we would only use them constructively. Therefore, we pray to you instead, O God, for strength, determination, and willpower to do instead of just pray, to become instead of merely to wish, that our world may be safe and that our lives may be blessed. I invite you to light your own candles in your window, as I will do mine. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. And we continue with Lecha Dodi.
Ya la 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 Lecha Dodi Ya la 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 Likra Kala Ya la 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 P'nei Shabbat P'nei Shabbat Nikabla Ya la 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 Lecha Dodi Ya la 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 Likra Kala Ya la 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 P'nei Shabbat P'nei Shabbat Nikabla Shamor v'zachor v'diburecha yishmi'anu el hamyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad v'shemu tiferet v'lichila yai lai lecha dodi lai lekakala lai p'nei Shabbat yekabla Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor habracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof maaseh makshpachila yalalai lecha dodi yalalai likakala yalalai p'nei Shabbat nekabela.
I'm going to ask Sam to pause. As you know, each week we sing Lecha Dodi, and each week many of us bow at a certain point, and that is at this point here we say Boi Kala, which literally means welcome bride, welcome Sabbath bride. And I am not one for saying that there is only one way of doing things, but the way I have come to know that we do it, and the way I do it, is that when we bow to the left, and then we bow to the right. We're saying Boi Kala, and then we rise, and we do this as a way of welcoming the Sabbath bride, of saying to the Sabbath bride, we welcome you into our midst. But in addition, what I think we are doing is welcoming in the willingness to feel Shabbat, the willingness to say, I am willing to feel good. I'm willing to let go of my to-do list. I'm not insisting that there always has to be a problem. And trust me, I am stuck on problems right now. I am finding myself in a just continual feedback where one bad thing feels too like it leads to another bad thing, and it's very difficult with the state of our world. But we have to practice identifying what is going right, or else we forget what it feels like when problems get fixed, or at least progress is made. So I invite you into this humbling moment when we welcome in the willingness to feel good.
Boi v'shalom ater bet bala gam b'simcha u'tzola toch emunei am segula Boi Kala Yalla la la lecha dodi. Yalla la 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 likakala. Yalla la 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 pene Shabbat. Pene Shabbat nikabela.
And we continue with Baruch.
Yalla la la la, 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 yalla la la la. Yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed. Le'olam va'ed. Yalla la la la, 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 yalla la la la.
Ahavat Olam literally means eternal love. And it is, we understand and we believe that it is with this love that we are created, that we are brought into this world. I don't know what the exact statistic is, I don't remember, but it may as well be 1 in 400 billion. I don't remember what the exact statistic is, but it's a crazy statistic that describes mathematically the chance that I was born or that you were born in the particular shape and form and substance of who we are. That it's almost an impossible chance that given all the different possibilities of the different formulations of human beings and the moment when we began to be, that this version, this person would be created. And it feels like it can be the beginning or the continuation of a love story between us and God, between us and the world. And the question then becomes, what is my particular reason for being? Because if the chances are so impossible that I in this form would come to be, then there has to be a unique something that I can bring that no one else who has ever existed can. And figuring out what that is our task. So we tap into that love. of which we are a part, of which every single human being is a part. And it is our job to figure it out, and it is our job to fight to make sure that every other human being has access to figuring it out as well. We continue with Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Havta Torah u'mitzvot Hukim u'mishpatim Otanu lemadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shachbenu Hukumeinu nasiach b'chukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha U'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed Ki hem chayenu Be'orech yameinu Uvahem nege yomam v'layla Nege yomam v'layla Ve'ahavatcha al tasir Nimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Ohev amo Yisrael Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vahed Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha Chol vavcha v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha Ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele Asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha V'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam V'shirtecha b'veitecha Uvelechtecha v'derech, uveshachbecha uvkumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha, uktavtam amezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha, leman tizkeru, v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'tem kedoshim lelohechem, ani, Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, l'hiot lachem l'Elohim, ani Adonai Elohechem.
So at this time in our service, we take a moment to share our simchas. We share our moments of good news, things that have been, things that have happened for us, to us, things that are, happy, that have caused us to smile. If you would like to share them, please do. I'm waiting for them. Oh, wow, Tammy. Mazel tov. I looked at Marmelstein. Mazel tov. Tammy got an award grant today from Walmart for her work. Wonderful. Karen Thrall, you were saying that your daughter Sarah got a new job today after losing her previous job due to COVID. Well, mazel tov on the new job. Oh, we have John and Nan Scheinman's anniversary, 46th anniversary. We're going to come back to that in a moment. Wow. Richard Elbine is telling us that Jerry Elbine got a $627,000 grant from the CDC for telemedicine at Spring Branch Community Health. Mazel tov. May it go very far in serving people. And the Holes Band's, their 5.5-year-old granddaughter Beth's dance recital is, I guess, coming up or happening soon. Oh, and Lisa Simon, wonderful. You and Andrew are having your 13th anniversary. So let's just, Sam, can you sing Happy Anniversary?
Sure. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary, John and Nan and Lisa. Happy anniversary to everybody with anniversaries.
That was very well done. Very well done. Anybody who's had a simcha during this period, you get another when we're back together. Because somehow it doesn't feel like it fully, you can fully appreciate the fun of being together when we celebrate these simchas. So anybody who had one during this period, just remind me and we'll do one again. You get a second chance at it. We are going to continue with Mi Chamocha.
Ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya ya la 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 Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, norat tehilot osei peleh, norat tehilot osei peleh. Malchutecha rahu banecha, chokei hayam nifnei Moshe, Ze'elianu ve'amru, Ze'elianu ve'amru, Adonai ilo le'olam va'ed, Adonai ilo le'olam va'ed. Ya la 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 ya la la ya la la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la la la.
Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel wrote, "The one who seeks an answer to the most pressing question, what is living, will find an answer in the Torah. Human beings' destiny is to be a partner rather than a master. There is a task, a law, and a way. The task is redemption. The law to do justice, to love mercy, and the way is the secret of being human and holy. When we are gasping with despair, when the wisdom of science and the splendor of the arts fail to save us from fear and the sense of futility, the Torah offers us the only hope. History is a circuitous way for the steps of the Messianic age. We continue.
All right. So we're going to sing Hashki Venu, which is the Dan Nichols version. The words are Hashki Venu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'Hamidenu Malkeinu L'Chaim. There's a little bit of English too, but we'll sort of do that as we go. So it goes like this. Hashki Venu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'Hamidenu Malkeinu L'Chaim. Let's try that together. Hashki Venu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'Hamidenu Malkeinu L'Chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashki Venu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'Hamidenu Malkeinu L'Chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashki Venu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'Hamidenu Malkeinu L'Chaim. L'Chaim. Ananananananana Adonai. Anananananana tzvatai tivtach. Anananananana ufi agi tehilatecha. Anananananana Adonai. Anananananana tzvatai tivtach. Anananananana ufi agi tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim v'Konei Hakol v'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot u'Mevi Gula Livnei V'neihem L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Hozer u'Moshiach u'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayeh HaKol Tarav Lehoshia Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim verofech holim, umatir asurim, umerkayim emunato, lishenei afar, nichamocha ba'al gevurot, umidom melach, melech memit, umerchaye, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'neheman atal hachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, kadoshim b'chol yom yehallelu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
These days feel like we need to be preparing ourselves to go into, if not battle, let's call it soulful battle. The world in which we live needs us to show up. And I'm so glad that Sam suggested that we bring this into our service tonight. But Lord, prepare me. I pray that we will find the strength and that we will keep moving forward and leaning into it, even when it is challenging, even when it seems almost impossible. It's not. We can change the world.
O Lord, prepare me, be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and with thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Pichuli, Sha'arei Tzedek, Havovam, Odeya, Pichuli, Sha'arei Tzedek, Havovam, Odeya. Yai lai lai yai lai, yai lai lai yai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai yai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai.
We turn to Misha Berach, well, a form of Misha Berach, one that was inspired by Misha Berach, written by Sam Seiner. I would like to invite you to please write in the names of people whom you are thinking of tonight, who are in need of healing. People we know and love, people who are strangers whom we've never met. And I encourage us all to please read these names as part of a pledge to each other, that we will read these names and hold them up and hold you up as we seek to find ourselves in a world of healing and comfort.
Refuah shlema, refuah shlema, refuah shlema. Heal our bodies, heal our spirits, give us strength when we fall. Mishaberach Avotenu, Vehimotenu, help us all. Grant those who care for the ill and weary the compassion that your heart may show. Refuah shlema, refuah shlema, refuah shlema. Refuah shlema, refuah shlema, refuah shlema.
Thank you, Sam. Some of you may have noticed in the email that went out a little while ago that we're inviting anyone who would like to ask questions, ask the rabbi, basically, and at this evening. And so I am going to just look in the chat. I cannot promise that I'll be able to respond. Well, I don't know how many there'll be, but if there are questions, I invite you to ask them. Tonight felt like one to share with you, the congregation, if you would like to say something or you'd like to ask a question. And actually what you could do is, if you would like, you can actually just unmute yourself or raise your hand, raise the virtual hand. Would anyone like to? My mom, of course.
I have a question.
There you go.
Ask away.
I want you to know how many rabbis were at the funeral this week, because I didn't know if you were all sitting together. There were thousands of people.
No, it was one rabbi.
Was it a good number of rabbis?
There were 3 rabbis, from what I can tell. Myself, Rabbi David Lyon, and Rabbi Sam Karf. But it was really a last minute thing. The whole thing was so, last minute. I mean, everything was obviously done. I think it was a good turnout for the fact that it was just, it was described as a private funeral, and so I'm glad that I was able to be there.
Go ahead, ask him. Rabbi Scott.
Yeah.
I will address you formally instead of saying, "Oh, of course, my mom." I just listened to your latest, I guess it would be the latest blog, and it was very thoughtful. It also is very, the whole movement at the moment is very troubling. And I'm wondering, as you say, you need to be happy at times, how you feel things are going to be in Houston, for one, with relations between all of the different faith-based groups that you're involved with, and what kind of initiatives perhaps you are involved with right now.
I'm going to tie that in with the question that Richard Elbine has asked about what is the question that has come up for me from all the issues that have been brought up over the last week. So I'm not sure that even though George Floyd is from Houston, that it's necessarily going to be any different in Houston than anywhere else. It was, I mean, interesting to recognize that Houston appeared to have pretty solidly peaceful protests, differently than other cities. But I mean, I think that the issues that I'm struggling with and the questions that are I think for me it's about the difficulty is not specific to Houston. I think it's about the intransigence of our society. I think it's about the fact that that much of this isn't new. I particularly was struck by the horror, as I think all of us were. I know all of us, most of us were anyway. The horror of watching George Floyd literally witnessing a man being killed, murdered. But what added to it was the brazenness of the police officers, the sort of bold statement that they could do whatever they want. And this was combined with what Amy Cooper, the woman in Central Park, articulated, where she narrated, she described aloud, here's how I'm going to use, and now I'm quoting Trevor Noah, here's how I'm going to use my whiteness against your blackness. I said to you, of those of you who have been with me during the week, it felt like I was witnessing To Kill a Mockingbird come to life. So I think that religious organizations, they get it. They understand it. Some are more involved than others. But we're well into a second generation of people who have been fighting and struggling when it comes to civil rights. And ultimately, what I think what it really comes to is this horrific illness that we've bought into that says that the lighter your skin, the better you are, the safer you are, the less dangerous you are. There are some suggestions about ways in which we can get involved. And yes, I am in touch and working with Bishop James Dixon of Fountain of Life Church. And I would love to be able to have Reverend Lawson come and speak to us. I think he's kind of like, he's a busy man, but maybe he could speak to the Jewish community. Lenny, if you have a relationship directly with him, give him a call. I think that would be amazing. Oh, and Linda's worked with Reverend Lawson too. All right, so just do the sort of big push. For those of you who don't know, Reverend, and I really can't speak very, very knowledgeably about him, but Reverend Lawson is to this day and was a major force in civil rights efforts here in Houston, and his work with Bishop Fiorenza and Rabbi Sam Karf really had a tremendous impact on civil rights here in Houston. Marion Bell was mentioning there's a 10-question quiz for Black people's experience, how these experiences happen to you because you are of color. And yeah, Richard, exactly. He's the father of the civil rights movement here in Houston.
Wanted to mention, I think I unmuted myself.
You did.
But Reverend Lawson marched with Martin Luther King Jr. And when J. Edgar Hoover blackballed, for lack of better words, Martin Luther King, Reverend Lawson invited him to his church. And
Yes.
yeah. And when he declined, but when he was more established, Dr. Martin Luther King, he invited Reverend Lawson up to Washington. He said, I have a congregation. I worked with him on a race-related case with Rabbi Karf and others from the community that went to the Supreme Court. And I adore him.
David? David Axelrod, were you saying something?
Yes. I just want to share with you, I've been touched by history in regards to the civil rights movement, and this has been a very, very difficult experience for me. When I was a junior, sophomore at Vanderbilt University in 1963, actually as a junior, one of the leaders of the civil rights movement in the South was a member of the divinity faculty at the Vanderbilt University Divinity School, where I was a student. And Harvey Branscombe, who was the chancellor of Vanderbilt at the time, fired him in September of 1963 because he had made some statements with Martin Luther King at a meeting in Atlanta, and of course it was publicized. And of course, Harvey Branscombe grew up on a plantation in Tennessee and was a dean of the Divinity School before he was chancellor. He fired that leader, and the entire divinity faculty resigned the next day at Vanderbilt. And of course, the Board of Trustees at Vanderbilt had to let Mr. Harvey Branscombe go, and they brought in another person to take his place, Alexander Hurd, who was very close to John Kennedy. He was one of John Kennedy's advisors during his campaign. And in May of that next year, he invited John Kennedy, that was May of 1963, to come to Vanderbilt to give a speech. And if you've probably seen some clips, but he gave a speech that was kind of a practice round for what he did on national television 2 weeks later that was very widely disseminated, where he started the civil rights movement in Washington and ultimately led to the March on Washington that occurred with Martin Luther King. And going forward to when I was in medical school, I was traveling to Memphis, Tennessee to visit with some relatives there the night that Martin Luther King was killed in Memphis. And I was driving through Mississippi to arrive at Memphis. And of course, when I got to Memphis, the National Guard was there. And of course, we were stuck at home because there was a curfew. And I've been touched by the civil rights movement. And of course, Vanderbilt was a very important institution that led to the civil rights activity that went on in Nashville, Tennessee at the time. And I've just really been touched by this experience. And it's been a very difficult experience for me because of this being touched by history during the course of my educational experiences.
Thank you, David.
Rabbi Scott, could I share another brief story?
Mhm.
So about 20 or so years ago, cousins moved from Austin to Houston, or were going to move. Before they got here, I did some work on their house. And I was there with one of my contractors who is African-American, and we were leaving, and I jokingly said to Huey, I said, I need to set the alarm, but I'm afraid I'll mess it up and set the alarm off. And he became very serious, and he said, if you think you're going to set the alarm off and the police are going to come, I need to leave first. Because if the Bel Air police see a black man with a white woman and the alarm's going off, I'll be arrested.
Mm.
And that was just blew my mind.
Yeah.
That he felt that way, you know, in 1990, whatever it was.
Right.
Very, very sad.
Very sad. Well, I wish, you know, we've been doing a lot of this sharing kind of throughout the week. But I'm going to bring this portion at least to a momentary conclusion. I want to share with you a poem that was written by Rabbi Naomi Levy. It's called We Take This Pledge, a prayer in memory of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery, and so many others. Innocent blood is calling out, God, echoing through the universe. We must ask ourselves, what have we done? What have we ignored, allowed, denied, excused? But today we shed our excuses in a time of soul searching. We take this pledge for our Black brothers and sisters and for you, God. I am my brother's keeper, and I will change. Change my heart, change the laws, and change the unwritten law that says the way it's always been is the way it will always be. I will do my part to uproot hatred, prejudice, and racism. I will speak out against police brutality and a system of justice that is unjust. I will vote out leaders who do not lead. And together we will reunite as one in a time of repair. We will build and we will rise, Black and white, all races and faiths, to a new day, a new day. As the miracles fade, our work begins. As the marches fade, our work begins. Bless us, God, work through us. Teach us to lead with love. Help us to turn our helplessness into actions that will heal our nation. Shield us from indifference and despair and our tendency to forget. Fill us with strength and hope and the perseverance to make lasting change. In memory of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and the countless souls whose blood cries out from the ground, in their memory and in their honor, we take this pledge. I am my brother's and my sister's keeper. Amen. I invite you to please rise as we continue with Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabech ladon hakol, latet gdula l'otzer breshit, shelo asanu k'grei haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam kelhenu kahem, v'goralenu k'chol hamonam. V'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, Lifnei Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. V'ne'emar, v'haya Adonai, l'melech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo, echad.
With us, people whose memories are a blessing to us, and we pray will remain with us as an inspiration. I invite you to write in to the chat the names of people whom you are remembering. And I ask us all to please open the chat and read those names. Read them aloud or read them to yourself as a pledge to each other that we will help carry on these names. I invite you to rise. Yitkadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbi. Ve'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon of yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. V'agalav izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbi mevarach le'olam u'me'al maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yichalal shmei b'kudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim alin v'yakol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'imramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who makes peace in the high places make peace upon us, upon all Israel and all the world. And let us say, amen. We are going to conclude with a wonderful song, big surprise, by Dan Nichols, called Kehila Kadosha. And it's basically taking the words that we read in the Torah from on Yom Kippur morning, where we say, Atem nitzavim hayom kulchem. You today, you stand here this day. And it really calls to mind the responsibility of what it means to stand at Sinai and be a part of the Jewish people. Sam?
If you are Atem, then we're Nitzavim. We stand here today and remember the dream. If you are Atem, then we're Nitzavim. We stand here today and remember the dream. Kehila, Kadosha, Kehila, Kadosha, Kehila, Kadosha, Kehila, Kadosha, ya la la, ya la, ya la la, ya la, ya la la, ya la la la. Oh, ya la la, ya la, ya la la, ya la, ya la la, ya la la la. Each one of us must play a part. Each one of us must heed the call. Each one of us must seek the truth. Each one of us is a part of it all. Each one of us must remember the pain. Each one of us must find the joy. Each one of us, each one of us. Oh, Kehila, Kadosha, Kehila, Kadosha, Kehila, Kadosha, Kehila, Kadosha. It's how we help. It's how we give. It's how we pray. It's how we heal. It's how we live. It's how we help. It's how we give. It's how we pray. It's how we heal. It's how we live. If you are Atem, then we're Nitzavim. We stand here today and remember the dream. If you are Atem, then we're Nitzavim. We stand here today and remember the dream. Kehila, Kadosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Yala, 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 Yala. Whoa, yala, 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 whoa. All right, if you have your juice or wine or whatever it is you were drinking in that cup, let's sing together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei puri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon hinkilanu. Zikaron lemahaseh v'reshit, ki hu yom tehila lemekrei kodesh, zecher letziat mitzrayim. Kivanu bacharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava u'ratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh hashabbat. L'chaim. And if you have some challah, let's sing together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, b'te'avon.
Here we go.
Between
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Rabbi, thank you, Sam.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
everybody.
Sam, it's so great.
Sam.
Everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Shalom.
So glad to see the
Shabbat shalom.
Shriners with us.
Shabbat shalom, Rabbi.
Shabbat shalom,
everybody.
Hi, Vicky. Hi, Jean.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Marion.
Shalom.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, Linda. Hi, Marianne.
The name was
Hi,
now.
Holly. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Jody
Hi,
Bunny.
Sharon.
Hi, Jody.
Hi, Richard. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Jody.